Welcome to another Going Beyond the Scale. Today's one thing is all about atomic habits. I've talked about atomic habits before. It's a book by James Clear. But this morning, I saw a post from James on Facebook that truly got my head moving in a whole, you know what, I don't think I'd say it's a new direction, but got me to really remember that so much of what I've either been successful with or been challenged by, and probably the same thing for you, is based around obviously our habits. But what I forgot, which James really brings up in his book, is it's not our goals or actually our habits that are the issue. It's the systems that are behind that. Think about it from like a computer or from a smartphone. The operating system that's behind everything is really what's driving your experience of whatever you're getting from the internet, or you're getting from a computer program, or you're getting from whatever you're doing. So um, if you followed anything that I've been doing through my Smartphone Fit Instagram account or Facebook postings and things that I've done, literally for the past 9+ years, I have been in this whole weight range, maintenance range of like from 250 pounds to 260 pounds. And so, which is great. I mean, that's a great accomplishment. But, you know, there's this part of me that if you've ever watched what I've been doing, I'm like, I'm going to do this and I'm going to do that. And I'm going to, I want to get to 190 pounds or 50% body fat. I have the best of intentions. And I start to do something and I'm successful. And then I kind of like, it's not even self-sabotage. It's just kind of like in this okay zone. I'm just kind of like, well, you know, look, I'm 250 or I'm 260, which is definitely much better than when I was at 435 and climbing. But I've been in this place for a long time. So I have mastered the art of being in a maintenance mode for literally like 9+ years. So great, accomplished that. But I really know that I want to move beyond that to another level. And it's not because I'll be a better person because I will, or whatever. It's just I want to get to that particular place. So this morning, James Clear's post said, let me read this to you. He said, when you've repeated a story to yourself for years, it is easy to slide into these mental grooves and accept them as a fact. In time, you begin to resist certain actions because that's not who I am. There is an internal pressure to maintain your self-image and behave in that way that is consistent with your beliefs. You find whatever you could avoid to contradicting yourself. The more deeply a thought that is tied to your identity, the more difficult it is to change it. It can feel comfortable to believe what your culture believes, or what, in parentheses, a group identity, or to do what upholds your self-image, which is a personal identity, even if it's wrong. The biggest barrier to positive change at any level, individual, team, society, is identity conflict. Think about it. Identity conflict. Whatever's kind of in your head, you have this idea that you want to do, but there's some conflict that's kind of going on. So, as he said, good habits can make rational sense, but if they conflict with your identity, you will fail to put them into action. So, what I really realized was that I've obviously have some identity conflict. I'm in this space where I feel really good. I'm okay where I'm at. And yet I want to make a change. So I picked up, this book's been well torn. I've used it for many times. And it's funny because I went back to the section where it is habit, chapter 2, how your habits shape your identity and vice versa. And then you'll notice, obviously, I like this book. There's highlighted there. And then it's highlighted here, and then it's highlighted here. This whole freaking entire chapter is highly highlighted. And then I realized, if you paid attention to my work in terms of the area that I call my I am work, like this chapter has like everything about that work that I was doing. So I've gone back to James Clear's book. And a lot of times that will happen to me. I'll kind of have an epiphany or I'll have a challenge. And I have a certain group of books that I will go back to, and I'll go back and do a deeper dive. So this morning I went into a deeper dive. I became highly aware that what was missing for me was that I must have some conflict in my thought process. It's not that it's bad. It's just like there's a block that's there. So I'm going to be uncovering that. I'm going to be sharing that with you. So today, if you've never paid attention to James Clear's book, Atomic Habits, go to his website, go to his Instagram. What's really great about his work is it's not crazy things. It's really very simple, step-by-step baby steps that can make a major impact and difference. So I highly recommend his book. And like anything else, it's like an exercise. If you get a book and you don't kind of stay with it and do some of the work, like if you were going to the gym, you'll miss some things. So what I see is I love this work. I paid attention to it. I got distracted. And I think I need to go back and take a deeper look at that. So I'm going to say it again. I am very happy with where I've been. I've been powerful and successful at maintaining my weight between like 250, 260 for a very long time. But I really want to get below 200 pounds. I've been saying this ad nauseum forever. Maybe you've had something you've wanted to do forever and you haven't accomplished it. So I'm going to be doing that. I'm putting myself out there again. So stay tuned. I will share with you what I'm learning. And maybe you pick up his book as well and share with me and others what you're learning if you're working through his book. So that's today's one thing. And I hope this has been beneficial to you. And I'd love to hear your ideas, your comments. Please share that with me. Oh, there's a train probably going to New York. Until then, thank you for your generosity of time. Thank you for being here. And I will be back again with another one thing.